What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here, and I am live. It is Tuesday, 8-ish, and it's time for the DJ interview. So, what's up, everyone? I hope everyone is doing well. We are getting into some March Madness this week. This week and this month. So today, before we start our interviews, I thought it was a little important to have people understand about what our topic is today. And let me pull that up on my screen. Today, we are talking about electronic press kits, better known as EPKs. So one of the things that I get asked is, do you really need it? What's its purpose? What's it going to do for me? So we're going to answer some of those questions today. I got a few guests that's coming on, and we're going to help you sort out whether you need one or not. So for you guys who don't know what a electronic press kit is, aka EPK, it's a resume for the music artist, and it could be for any type of other person too. And it's designed to tell people who you are and what you do. And we'll get into some of the essentials that I think is necessary to have in your EPK. We will also, get involvement from our guests, our special guests. And matter of fact, let me bring them on right now. Our guest tonight, Jason Hodge, the media guru. Do you like that word, guru?
Not really.
So,
yeah.
Jason's not a guru.
Yeah. I'm the anti-guru.
The anti.
Yes.
But, we're going to open up a dialogue with you guys, and please put your chat questions or comments in the chat. We got Chris Gloss checking in. We got my oldest checking in. He said, love the shirt. Yeah. Just want to drink coffee, create stuff, and sleep.
There's a trivia for you. How do you drink the coffee and sleep?
Easy. you take sips, and then you lay down and you fall asleep, right to sleep.
Right. Nice.
We got Chris Gloss checking in. What's up, my brother? He's not your guru. Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. So let's get into this, Jason. Today we're talking about the EPKs, the electronic press kits, for people who don't know. And it's also known as other terms, your media kit and other terms people throw around the industry.
Right.
Now, what's your take on it? And do you think it's needed?
I think it's needed. Well, yes, it is needed. The thing is, it's because when you have an EPK, it allows the press to be able to just pull from that kit the stuff that they need in order to promote you. So if you don't have that readily available for them, you actually make their job harder. So they got to pass on you, especially if they've got like a breaking story or something like that. You don't want them to have to do extra work, because not only do they have to publish the story and whatnot, but then they have to find, your stuff. That's not going to work out. They're just going to go to somebody else who does have their stuff in order. So it is necessary because they're not going to do the extra work. You got to make their job real easy for them.
Right. So thanks for your take on it. Now, I've listed a few things, and like I said, put in the chat if you agree or disagree. But I've got a number of things. They're not. I didn't number them because I don't think there's a real order. But I do think these things are essential. And for the guys in the audience who are watching the live stream and the replay, let me know what your take on it is. So, our first one, electronic press kit essentials. The first thing I think is essential is your bio. Now, the bio tells a little about you. You're kind of putting in a couple of sentences, maybe a paragraph or two, depending on how long your career is or was. What you do, what you've done, and who you are. Your take.
And you want to make sure that you write it in the third person. If somebody else isn't doing the writing, you got to make sure that it's in the third person. Matter of fact, I just had to do that. I had to submit 2 bios for a magazine, and they need to be able to copy and paste it.
Right.
So if you have it in the first person, you're saying I this and I that, and I performed here and I performed next to Herbie Hancock. Then they have to transcribe all of that. They have to flip that over to the third person. They're not going to do that because you've just made their job hard again.
Right.
So you got to do third person.
So check. We agree. A bio is essential.
Essential.
Okay. Next up, photos. I do believe photos are very essential so people can see what you do, because you may not have the opportunity to get your stuff read, but if they can see a few pictures and just give them a few more seconds to say, okay, now let me read this bio, or keep their eyes on your EPK. Your take.
Yeah, and you want to have your photos when you do them, give them a variety. Give them landscape mode as well as portrait mode. And that's the, straight up and down, and that's the sideways. Like right now, you're seeing this screen in landscape mode.
Right.
You want it, so you want it to where you got the thing like that and like that.
Yeah.
And then if you have some things of your actual performance, you've got your headshots. And then you've got some action shots. What do you look like when you are actually doing your thing? Because it may apply to whatever story that they're running, whatever angle that they have. And so if you give them more to work with, it makes you more versatile to be able to fit in their media. Correct.
Right. And they don't have to be professional pictures. They could be pictures you just gather up. Whoever is with you, they can just snap a few pictures, and like you said, both landscape, how people watch TV, and portrait, how most people are taking pictures and watching everything now. But
make them as professional as you can, though. Make them as professional. So if somebody's taking pictures for you, make sure that they have it in a camera that can get at a minimum of 300 DPI, dots per inch. Because when it goes to print, if they're printing it at a magazine or a newspaper, what have you, and it doesn't have the right resolution, it's going to look really bad. And then they may pass on you again because they're not going to post something that looks really bad because it brings down the quality of their publication.
Right.
So a minimum of 300 DPI.
Most of these devices, when you set them right, they're able to take the 300 DPI or higher.
Yeah.
Your 12 meg picture. And that's another story. Next up, and this, mind you, this EPK is specifically for DJs because this is the DJ interview. So the music is essential to me because people need to know what you play and how you play. You have various different DJs out there. You got your reggae DJs, you got your house DJs, you have your hip hop DJs. You have DJs that just play, soulful house music
Mhm.
in any type. They have a genre for everything. So people need to hear you and hear how you play. Your
Yep.
take.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more versatile you can show you are, and just like you said, the more versatile you can show that you are, the more opportunities. And if they're running a specific type of story now, if you can go the gamut, go multiple genres, when they're ready to run other types of stories, they're like, I remember that DJ and they do this, they do that, and they do bar mitzvahs, and they do, Indian music, and they do. So it gives you more times for them to run a story on you. You're looking for longevity. So this is like your business card going out there and working for you when you're sleeping.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Next up, video. I
Mhm.
think video is important. Now, there's little quirks to this because when you're playing live at an event, you're playing regular music, and the social media outlets, most of them they frown upon that. So you have to be careful with that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when somebody is looking at it from your own personal website, then yes, I'm good with that. They need to know, they need to hear how you play, they need to see how you can command the crowd,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know.
And
Your
if you
take.
have a space where, like, say, for example, that you're on a venue where they have the right type of licenses and things like that, the right type of releases, then you can have a link or a reference over to that site. Like, say, for example, like you've got your collection on. Give me a good platform. Okay, okay, you name the platform,
Mixcloud.
and yeah, Mixcloud. There you go. So then you send them over to your Mixcloud and say, hey, if you want to hear, more of what it is that I do, pop on over this link right here. And now they can go over and listen to that. And then you know that they can hear you in your full, in your full glory.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, you're trying to explain to them something that they can't get. But if
Yep.
you got a Mixcloud, then you can send it right on over there.
Yep. And
Mhm.
for people who want to do video, they do have a platform which I explained last week,
Mhm.
or the last episode. And I think that was episode 59 for those of you who are counting. I
Right.
explained the platform that I found is called playdj.tv.
Mhm.
And what they allow you to do is the same thing as Mixcloud, which you can go live on Mixcloud and have video. But when your live stream ends, the video gets deleted, and it turns into audio on Mixcloud. This playdj.tv, they allow you to have your video too. So for you DJs out there looking for another platform, and video is your thing, you want to be seen, go check that out. Playdj.tv. So next up,
Nice.
the social media. You just touched on that. Social media links and some way that people can connect to you and reach out to you. This is very important because you want to be seen. Like you said, the music, you can put a link to somewhere that you're playing, either Mixcloud, SoundCloud, and this new playdj.tv. I don't know how new they are, but it's new to me.
Right.
What's your take?
Yeah, I would say, and when it comes to that, I like to have things in a hub, and that way you're not like follow me over here on Twitter, over there on Facebook, over here on YouTube. Give them a place where they can go and get everything with one click. Click here. Here's all my stuff,
Hmm.
and that way you're not frustrating them, having them jump all over the board trying to find you. Again, make it very easy for them. The easier you make it for them, the more they want to do business with you because they see, okay, you get it, you understand I'm busy, you're giving me everything that I need. It builds confidence for them to look to you for other things as well. If you're that concise over here where it concerns you, then they have more confidence that when it comes to you delivering, when they put you in front of their audience, that you're going to be able to do that as well.
Right.
Hmm.
And that's hence the EPK. You're
Yep.
giving them one place to go to get all of this information.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
thank
Yeah,
you for that.
and then with your social, and depending on which angle you're going at it, if it's a matter of followers because you're showing relevance and popularity, and say that you have 37,000, 50,000, if you have like you just started, all of those can matter depending on how you package it. So if you're just starting, then you could show, yeah, I'm just starting, but I am across all of these different digital platforms. And so I'm building. So it shows, oh, wait a minute. They understand what it is to build their stuff out. Okay. If you are well established, and say that you're well established, like maybe over on Twitter or YouTube alone, then you want to make sure that you highlight that and then you show, and I'm also in these areas as well, but I want you to really understand that I focus on this area right here. And the area of my focus is the area that I excel at, right? And then so anytime that you decide to focus on another area, it shows that you can build those areas out as well. So again, you're building faith and you're building credibility. You're giving them a specific perspective of your expertise in that area.
Right. Now, this is an option too. Show your biggest shows
Hmm.
and any press that you got from these shows, not your, your local bar that nobody else knows about. I know my one of my good friends, international DJ Tommy Lee, he
Right.
he also does stuff for the mayor's office in New York.
Hmm.
I know heavy hitter DJ Cam, he does big events for
Hmm.
his neck of the woods. I'm not gonna
Right.
put him out there and say where he is,
Right.
but
Right.
he does a big jazz fest. He does, big schools that
Hmm.
people know about.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
have going back to the video and the pictures, have somebody with you that either knows how to take pictures and good video, you know.
Hmm.
And to me, it ain't got to be the most professional, but saying what you said, it has to look good too.
Hmm.
Some people inadvertently take good
Yeah.
pictures.
And unless you were taking the angle of, a fan now captured this, because that works too, especially if it's not as professional. If
Right.
it has that fan look, it's like, okay, wow, my fans are even sending things in here. Now
Hmm.
it could be you doing it, but your fan has sent the thing in. So it shows that, okay, I've got that support now. So that's another angle on that.
Yeah. So, is there anything else that we're missing that needs to be put in there? What you think?
I would say make sure, okay, if you're taking the pictures or having the pictures taken or taking the video or having it taken, go as wide as you can in order to give you some real estate or some space on the sides or the top or the bottom, because then you could put captions and stuff in there without losing the quality of the actual event or the venue. If it's just so tight on you, then it gives you no space to put in captions and things like that.
Right.
Okay. Or, call to actions and stuff like that. So I would say give yourself a wide enough angle so that you have enough leverage or leeway to crop it in different ways. Because cropping also can take something that looks very small and make it look huge.
Yeah. And that's
Mhm.
what we know.
Right.
That's what, we would take pictures for. The average person wouldn't
Hmm.
know that. They may inadvertently take pictures like that and we
Right.
can use it, but they don't, you know, just understand and call call your social media guy, whoever you go to
Hmm.
ask a few questions. If you're cool with them like that, ask a few
Right.
questions. Let me go to the chat and see before we give our final thoughts. So, Chris, when we were talking about the pictures,
Hmm.
Chris Gloss was saying that the iPhones and the Samsung smartphones take really great pictures. Yeah.
This is
And
true.
most of the time right out the box, but there are settings in there that you can make the pictures even better.
Hmm.
I know the iPhones can do slow motion. They can do 2 times closer, so you don't have to be as close.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah, and that I see that Chris is asking if it should be a document landing page or both. I say both. The EPK. You want to give as many opportunities and angles as possible. There should be a one pager in there as well, like a one sheet,
yep,
which has all your stuff on there. But because again, you're making the reporter or the editor's job very easy for them. You know, make them say yes to you easily. And
yes.
if they don't have to work for it, they know that you're a best bet. So
Hmm.
have it all.
Yep. For those of
Hmm.
you who are just coming in, we're talking about the electronic press kit, the EPK, and why you should have one. Venues are starting to open back up slowly.
Hmm.
They're seeing a little curb on this, you know, situation that we got on. I don't want to say the words and get deranked,
Right.
but the situation we got on during the world right now, they're seeing a curb on it. And hopefully it's going to get better. Venues are going to start to open back up, and
Hmm.
whoever was out there streaming or whoever gets to these people first are going to start getting their gigs back.
Hmm.
Some
Hmm.
people lost contact. I mean, it's been just about a year. And if
Hmm.
you haven't stayed in contact with them just to make sure you're top of
Yeah.
mind, then people tend to forget you.
Hmm.
So having something like this EPK is a little more important right now.
Hmm. And a
So,
list, having that
mhm,
list that you reach out, and even though nothing's going on, you reach out with, a
right.
word, a thought, a music video,
The
something that
relationship
just,
thing,
yeah, we just talked about that today too. You all should have been on that
that was
broadcast.
a good talk
That was a
today.
good one. It was real good. It was real good.
So Chris is
Yeah.
saying, set the phones on raw photos. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's for people who know how to do that stuff. A lot of people don't even know where the settings is to, do the photos. They don't
Yeah.
know you can put them up to 4K and all of that stuff, and videos and everything.
And the
So
beautiful thing about taking them in raw is that even if you kind of mess up a little on the photo, you
yes,
can edit far better on a raw than on a JPEG. You've got no compression,
yep,
so you can clean things up to make it look like, oh, I meant to do that.
mm, yeah,
Yeah, that no,
or
that was my
or make a
artistic
clean picture
expression.
dirty.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
If that's the
So
look you look
if that's the
you're
look that you're
looking
looking for, get that
yeah,
grunge look. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Chris is also saying he play everything everywhere anytime.
Hmm.
So I think that was the part we were talking about, the music.
Hmm.
So yes.
Hmm. Give that
What's up,
variety.
DJ Cam?
Hey,
We
DJ Cam.
missed you earlier.
You know
uh
what? Did we talk about testimonials and quotes and things like that?
no, we didn't. And that's
No.
something else that could be, I didn't think it was real essential, but it
Mhm.
is necessary if you can
Because
get them.
that's the social proof. If you
Yeah,
have it, if you
that's
have
also
it,
social
great.
proof.
It's social proof.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Social proof, video testimonies. Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Hmm.
Chris is saying that should the EPK be a document or a landing page or both? Yes,
Yeah,
Jason touched on
said
that
that.
earlier.
Hmm. Hmm.
Both. make sure you can send somebody a link or send them a PDF, preferably
Hmm.
with links in it.
Hmm. And in relation to the photos, when you have your photos uploaded, have them in different resolutions. Like you've got your resolution for print, but then you've got your resolution for the web, which is 72 DPI, because you don't need that much on the web, and especially on places like, Facebook. If you put things that are too high resolution, it's going to compress them and make them look bad.
Anyway,
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me, you know?
I think
So,
only YouTube, when you upload stuff, will
hmm,
in 4K will stay
hmm,
in 4K. And for those who
amazing.
don't know what 4K is, it's just a higher resolution than your regular high definition HD.
Hmm.
It's what is that, like 4 times that?
I don't even know. I know it's bigger. I've never
Yeah,
looked at the difference
it's
in
big. It makes
dimensions.
you look
Yeah,
sharp and everything.
yeah.
But I think
I think
YouTube
it's.
is the only one that allows you to upload 4K.
Hmm. Hmm.
Chris is saying if you don't have big events, take pictures, video of a small event and make it look big. Yeah,
And there's your
that's what
cropping.
you were talking about with the cropping and everything. You can make pictures look great.
Hmm. Hmm. And
DJ
take many
Clientele,
angles.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying take many angles, as many angles as you can, because again, angles give a different feel. And when you're at a venue, take a picture, and then as you're taking a picture, turn, pivot yourself around like a 360-degree pivot, because each one of those different angles is going to give a different feel, a different look, and it actually feels like you are at, or looks like you're at, a completely different venue.
Yeah,
So again, you're giving them variety for them to be able to run the story that they want, and then be able to select a picture that still looks flattering to you, but matches their story or their publication.
right.
Hmm.
DJ Clientele is checking in. What's up, bro?
DJ Clientele, how you doing?
DJ Cam. I think that was when we were talking about him earlier.
Nice.
So we touched on the bio, the
Hmm.
photos,
Hmm.
music, video, social media links, and if you have big pictures of shows.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
you have these devices now, make use of them. Even if you are going around and see if somebody that that's close to you can snap a picture of you in action if you
Hmm.
don't have it. And this brings me to our final thoughts. Are we there yet? Final thoughts?
Yeah. Final thoughts. I would say make sure that you also have a way for them to contact you. So that way, when they have your kit, they can reach out, grab you or the person who's representing you, some way for them to now get the what next from you, you
Right.
know? Because other than that, you just have something out there that's not working for you because you haven't brought it to the finish line, which is you want that contact, you want that interview, you want that venue, whatever it is that you have your kid out there working for your behalf, on your
Yeah.
behalf.
My final thoughts. If you are a DJ that's new to the game,
Hmm.
start building your media kit. Even with your little events,
Hmm.
have somebody, a spouse, a kid take pictures of you practicing.
Right.
Just start building that kit. Get a picture of you walking with your, most of the new guys have the controllers. Get somebody
Hmm.
taking a picture of you walking with your controller.
Right.
Start that media kit now. And if you are a veteran, make sure, if you don't have an EPK, get one together. You have
Hmm.
enough material already. And if you already had one, whether you called it a media kit or not, make sure it's updated
Right.
with your newest information. So let
Hmm.
let me check the chat again. And I think we are good. I know I wanted to make sure we got through this.
Yeah, I think we covered it. It's pretty
Yes,
good.
we did cover everything. So thank you guys so much. If you want to know more, I'm looking at, I had a lot of questions about it. I'm looking to bring somebody else on to talk about video EPKs.
Hmm.
Also, I'm looking to do maybe a little workshop around
Hmm.
looking at different types of EPKs, what platforms you can use, whether you use WordPress or just get a template and insert the information or have
Hmm.
one custom.
Hmm.
So reach
Look,
out, let me know what your thoughts are. And Jason, as always, thank you very much for showing up. You are truly an inspiration to me. You and Chris, you guys keep me going,
mhm,
help keep me going. So I appreciate your time and everything that you do. So
all right, bro.
this is the DJ interview, and I am Harry the Big Dog, and we are out until next week, Tuesday, 8ish Eastern Time.